Morning, Dowse.
Morning, how are we doing?
Very good. Can we start with a little message for we've got a bit of a wounded soldier, one of our long-term home and away supporters, Adrian
Corbett.
Adrian Corbett, yes.
You mentioned, I think he come on the bus with us, didn't he? The Charlie, one of the games, we picked him up. He fell down on his head, he could CT scan, is that right?
That's
but
right.
they found he's got a remarkable brain, is that right?
No.
What was it?
What they found is the complete opposite.
He hasn't got a brain.
No.
He hasn't got a brain, he can sit here, you know what I mean?
He's got an unremarkable brain.
Unremarkable brain?
Yeah.
Okay, well if you could give it to me, it'll be better than what I've got in there. So if you're unremarkable brain, Adrian, I hope you get well soon. So it's quite good not having a brain, to be honest. So I know all about that. But get well soon. You know, I know how much you support the club, and get well soon. But you know, I hope he's going to be well, and we'll see him shortly.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
He's gutted to not be allowed to go tomorrow. So best wishes, Adrian.
All right.
Right, Wrexham. An entertaining match, got 4 stars I think in the non-league paper. I reckon personally, come the end of the season, a point at home to Wrexham is going to look like a decent point.
I went to watch him at Solihull on a Tuesday night, and I came back and I think people thought I was a bit nuts because I said the best footballing team I've seen. That's what I thought. We have a pass the ball, we have a organising things the players have got. I knew they expected to be in the top 2 or 3 at the start of the season. But the players, when they let them play, can. And I did think they were a good side, but I thought we'd done very well after getting past and popped a little bit. I thought we'd done very well to battle back into the game. If the game was going to go on another 20 minutes, I thought we would have won it. Another 5 minutes, sorry. I think we would have won it. But to compete with them, I was pleased. And they said, I come away from Solihull and people saying, because I'm like that, we sold business, as you know, and I'm finding out that we sold business, obviously. But when I was 3-1 against, you know, I come back to Wrexham on a better side. They scored from a long through in, and scored direct from a corner, a strike from 25 yards apart from that. Wrexham were a better side. Me and Dave Curtis went, and you come back thinking they're not bad, these. So I was all right with a point. You want to win your home games, obviously, but I was all right with a point. So I wasn't, you know, wasn't too bad. Good.
Let's move straight on then, in chronological order. Monday, we had a lovely afternoon out in the company of Neil Smith.
Oh, brilliant, man. Absolutely fantastic. And we went up there, didn't we? And all like, you know, you wanted to get your head on the camera again. But brilliant, fantastic, great guy, great people. I was just thinking about the idea, the characters like him who went out with him. You know, like you had him, the captain leaders, you had the John Terrys, and you had, you know, people like that, like the Brian Robsons of the world. Nobody's got them in their teams now. Nobody's got a leader in teams now. Not just in this division, in the ones up. Who's got a proper leader? I say, I'll tell you where's his heart in his sleeve. That's what he does. And I don't mean this football club at all. I mean in football in general. Then people went out of the game. 1, because you can't tackle how Neil Smith used to tackle, and all that, you know. 2, you can't be that big one where everybody looks up here because players are different now. So players don't look up to many people. It's amazing how football life's changed. When I played, you used to have a captain. And you know, in a football league, and you look at the Roy Keanes of the world, who everybody would look up to him and all that, you know, how he was and all that, you know. I don't think people do it, you know. No, I really don't. And I look at the top level, and you know, you're getting centre forwards who are captains now, and goalkeepers who are captains now. What happened to good old fashioned? But Neil Smith was one of them, who's done a great job for this football club, who's done a great job at Bromley, and I think it's a top look.
Yeah, and just to be clear, the occasion was the draw for the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, which was held at TalkSport Radio.
Yep.
The draw was conducted by John Motson and Danny Murphy, who we got to take some pictures with. And they were very nice, weren't they?
Very nice people. Everybody's the same. I always find that I never really look up anybody or look down at anybody. I think everybody's from the same council estate. So it's one of them where it was a pleasure being in their company. We looked after us as well, didn't they? Looked after us. They were nice to talk with and all that, you know, and stuff. And you know, afterwards we went for a quick drink with Neil, and it was nice all round. So I was just proper people. It was nice to be there in the draw like it was last year. Obviously the draws will be at Epstein next week. Tough draw. I think they've changed the manager yesterday, so you know, a bit ahead to get in. So we just got to get on with it, you know what I mean? So I had a great run in the cup last year. Brilliant memories, brilliant everything. So if you take yourself out of the bubble, what we're in at the minute, we're 5th top of the league and got a chance of getting through the next round. We're not doing too bad.
And you mentioned it yourself, they've changed their manager. Well, they haven't got a new one in yet, as far as I'm aware. But not only Gary Hill left Ebbsfleet yesterday, but Craig Hignett left Hartlepool.
I spoke to Craig about a matter I've been speaking to Craig about for a while. So I spoke to Craig yesterday, didn't have it coming. You know, that's football. It's ridiculous. Football's ridiculous. I think again they expect a challenge in the top 2 or 3, but you know, we're 4 points off the playoffs league, you know, and so I felt sorry for Craig, feel sorry for Gabby as well. It's never nice when a manager loses the jobs. This year comes in free, so I hope I win Saturday.
Good point.
So, but what do you mean, good point? So no, but listen, it's a situation we're in, aren't you? You got to win games, you got to get results, and you don't get results, you know what happens. Obviously, Gabby wasn't. He took our team, which had financial problems, I believe, and you know, he's tried to steady the ship. And he got Craig, who obviously signed a few players and expected a challenge. So that's what happens in the world we live in, you know. So can't do much about it, can you?
Yeah, true. Well, let's move on to the most negative bit of the week, probably the game at Yeovil.
Yeah.
I still say, as I said to you on Tuesday night, that we need to look at that in the context of the fact that it was against Yeovil. I thought they were terrific, especially in the first half.
Bit of give and take. I think they were terrific. We were poor.
Yeah,
you know, a bit of give and take. And a good side in a football league club. It's just I get frustrated. You get frustrated. Obviously, you get frustrated because you're not winning games, and that's what I'm there to do as a manager. Win games. Doesn't matter. I think I've used the part-time card too many times and the budget card too many times. I think I've talked too much, to be honest. I think you know, we've got to get together again. I am signing players. I've signed one already who'll get announced tonight. I am hoping to sign, you know, I think didn't take a genius to work out that I went from 2 centre forwards from Salford who went to different clubs. But we have got somebody else coming in, you know, in midfield, if you like, give us some more strength in there. Not replace anybody, just give us strength. We all have to have a centre forward that we've been crying out for, you know, who can get behind, I think, and so we're working on that. So, but the lads have done great, but it's where we stop at it. It's where we stop, where you sort of, you know, when I've been mentioning the full time, I've been mentioning it because I was just on the coach on the way back, and I knew we'd have a time like this. I knew we'd have a time. I did, and I knew it would be on my head a bit because obviously people are going to question my tactics. People are going to question the team I play because I've signed every single player. I've got that. But sometimes we look at the full-time, part-timers lads sitting on the coach on the way back, and I know they've got work next year. And I'm not saying they don't care about football, but they have got other jobs as well. What we've got to try to do is structure on the club over the next couple of years is make sure we are like Yeovil and we are like, you know, Hartlepool, because why can't we be with the size of the crowds? We're getting things like that, and we are like that. So what we've got to do is, you know, try to build it into how we do it and how we think about it, and do we go a little bit some part-time sort of, just so, you know, because if Yeovil done what we've done, you know, I can't threaten my lads with a door at all because I've got jobs the next year. And I'm just looking, I'm thinking, you know, but I knew where would be eventually. I knew that it would turn a little bit. It's up to lads to stand up and be counted again, and all that. It's up to me to stand up and be counted again. There's not too much wrong, to be honest. It's not. I'm being honest here, but I can't be like what happened a couple of years ago by saying it'll be all right, it'll be all right, it'll be all right. And all of a sudden, before you know it, it's March in your relegation battle. I've said from day one. So if anybody moans, anybody wants to, and they've got a right to moan at me now. I'm the first one to admit if I was a supporter or a chairman or a director and we haven't won in 8 games, you've got to look at your manager. You do, right? You know. But I know where I am. I've just to put it. I'll be straight with everybody out there and all that, because you've seen managers changes, you've seen this, you've seen that, the other. I got an interview when I first got the job because I wanted a job, and I said that. And I got an interview and they were saying, what do you want and all that, and I said, well, if you can try to get in the playoffs. I said, we'll get in the playoffs. If I don't get in the playoffs, I'll walk, because I thought that, not the budget, but I thought the club itself was ready. Well, we've done it, and we've got the playoffs, got promotion, great. I started the season when all sat down and all that, you know, I says, listen, I can't take the club backwards, whatever. Give us what you can, budget-wise, but if I don't stay up, I'll walk as well. Jeff Chappell, Neil Morrison straight away. Very fair. Don't put yourself under pressure, because the hardest league ever and the budget you've got. Don't put yourself under pressure. If we've got relegated, you've a man to take. But I'm not interested in that. And I swear by that. And if we're doing stay up or whatever, and we're doing stay in this league, that means we haven't progressed on me. I've took them back where I've got them from, and that means I'll walk. Okay, so you've got me word on that. All right, so you don't have to worry about it. I won't be one of these blokes to walk in like the other managers have done over the last 5 years and say, I'll tell you what, okay, sack us and give us a payoff. I wouldn't want a payoff for not doing my job. So if I got relegated, I wouldn't be going and saying, listen, I've got another year in my contract here, I want 50 grand, 60 grand, 70 grand, or whatever. I better come down a bit. 20 grand, 25 hours, get a bit carried away there. So anyway, I wouldn't go and say, I'll tell you what, let's call it quits, give us 20 grand. I wouldn't do that with the board. Now, I know people who are on the outside may say, Dowse, you're frigging nuts. Probably I am nuts and all that, because the problem is you didn't get paid in life in general for not doing your job. I think keeping us in the league is doing my job, then progressing, hopefully this season. Hopefully, but once I stop progressing the club, I'll walk anywhere. Like, listen, I've got these things from the girl guides. Fantastic. I want to mention, thanks for the chocolates and the Newcastle brownie bottle. Me and Ian Day have done a thing the other day, and young Daniel across the road. They were fantastic, the girl guides. They were absolutely brilliant. We've done the school, me and Ian with us yesterday. We're going to do another one today. I've got to watch another 23 game, and I've got to come back here at 9 o'clock at night, up to 9 o'clock to do a radio thing. You've got to keep doing the job. Once I stop progressing it, then I'll leave. So they've got a free hit with me, we always have done, because all the managers who wanted a job and wanted it, I said, give me a job and I'll turn your club around. I've done that to a certain extent. All at a minute, I'm going through a little rough time. It's just a manager's problem, not the players' problems. It's a manager's problem. We need to help each other. We need to work together. We need to know where we are. But like I say, the club's doing it, the directors don't have to worry, because if I failed, I'll walk and say, okay, I failed. I'll tell you I failed. I haven't done my job right. part-time, not part-time, lowest budget or not, and I'd walk. And like I say, and I wouldn't be knocking their doors, but if you give us like the last managers for this 20, 30 grand, I'd be happy for it. I wouldn't take the money. I wouldn't. And people say, I don't earn a lot of money. People say, what you do? Well, that's the honest truth. So it's a free hit with me, and it always will be. So I want everybody to get together again. Good or bad and ugly, we're all going to have bad times. It wasn't just going to go promotion. Good old Dowse, FA Cups and all that, you know. I knew I'd be having one of these times anyway, so it's come. I made a harder stuff in that. People think, yeah, because I wear my heart in my sleeve, I may tell supporters to F off every now and again. I think that's me. I think the supporters know it's me. I'd rather be moving, blinking, okay, I'll accept that, or it doesn't bother us, and all that. If I feel so it's getting on us, I'll tell them to F off or whatever, like, you know, so that's where we are. But I will totally accept, stick on formation, stick on things, because I haven't won a game in 8 games, so I think I should get a bit of stick, to be honest.
Yeah, as usual, you've covered half the things I've got written down here in one answer.
I know you're
but
too
you
well
just
good.
said the word formations. I know you're a strong believer in formations don't win matches, players do.
Yeah.
Formations, I'm sure you would say, can't win you a game, but can they lose you a game?
It may have done you a need, to be honest.
Well, that's what I'm wondering.
Oh, no, it's a right question. Listen, David, ask what you want. I'll not shy any of you, or I'll go in the bars, I'll meet people. And see, the honest truth is, by the way, about the chocolate biscuits, I get biscuits off Blackie and Malcolm, plain as you like, and Daniel getting from the shop, plain. These are proper chocolate biscuits with blinking yellow, white chocolate on all that stuff, and so thanks very much again. Anyway, going back to your question, is, yeah, like, I went and I knew it would be a good side because, you know, the form side in the cut, so I thought if I went back with Dagenham way a little bit and be big and strong at the back and win everything and go for corner, and if you think about it in the first minute, I thought it was a penalty on Kane, I did. I thought then we had a free header, which was so scored, Musa. I thought, let's get big and strong, get into him a little bit and blink and be physical against him and everything else, and we didn't do it. Like, you know, it's no good me going to players last night, we had to bin it because the back three were, back five were all over the shop, the midfield three never laid a glove, front two, except for when Ibs come on. Now, so we knew about the players, like, you know, like I say, I'll call the players and nobody else will. I have that mentality with them. So the players knew what we're about. You know, we had a shouting match a little bit, which is great. You want that. You don't want them accepting it and all that, you know. But the players knew it's no good. We've got to move forward now with either the players either want to buy into what we're trying to do, but doing, like you see, I've been at Kingstonian and I got rid of 6 players in one day. And you know, the only time I'll be awkward if the player if it's trying to say, well, I've got my contract at the end of the season, because I'll just be awkward, because if they're being awkward, I'll be awkward. But the bottom is, we've got to step up, because every one of them's been released by a club, including me, who's never managed at the level. Nobody could have went higher, including me, by the way. So we've all got something to prove. Let's get back to proving things. Said last night, let's get the back being working, who's got everything to prove. Me as a manager, there as players. Again, I think we went a little bit, we're all right. We're not all right. We've got everything to prove. Every single one of them players got everything to prove. Every single one of them could have went higher. And me Christmas stuff as well. So we've all got something in common, that we're at a level where we got released by quite a lot of clubs and we couldn't have went any higher in the Football League and all the rest of it. But let's try to prove a point when we play at this level, and that's what it was at the start of the season. We've got to go again. The formation didn't work the other night because the players never done it. Like, you know, we said strong, we weren't strong. Weak, to be honest. We said let's get into people's faces. We never done that anywhere. Let's be honest. Nobody made a tackle all night. All the things that's why I was annoyed about at half time, just made changes because I don't mind losing a game and I can accept the ball and wood, because we've competed. If we compete, we'll not be far away where we want to be, and we'll stabilise the club and go that way. If we don't compete, we'll come down the league like we did 2 years ago. So I've signed a player. I hope to sign another one. I'm going to watch a game this afternoon on recommendations. I won't leave the office till 10 o'clock. I'll keep on going until I get it right. I've always done that. And lucky enough, touch wood in the last 13 years, I've always got it right, eventually.
And you've done it again as you did on Tuesday night. You've been very, you say yourself, you used an expression I was going to use, you wear your heart on your sleeve. We all know that.
Yeah.
You were very, very forthright about what you said about particularly the midfield, but most players really, most of the team.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the right tactic, to be quite so public about?
I've told how great you are as well. I've told how great you are most of the time.
Yeah.
That's true. I just think
it's not the Alex Ferguson way, is it?
But I'll change. You know, I kind of change. So it's either do that way or not. It's like players that either, you know, the players say, I tell you what, 5 or 6 players do want to play for you. The manager can fool then, get rid of the 5 or 6 players. I call them, nobody else does. I have a protective thing on them. It's no good me going behind closed doors and saying, oh, we're doing all right and we'll be okay. Just like you had a couple of years ago, we're working on this, we're working on that. What a load of coppers, we were crap the other night, we were useless. I'll take it with them as well. What's the point of trying to praise players when you're useless? I'll go in, and say, what I feel at the time. When they've been great, I'll tell them they're great. When I feel as though they need a bit of an arm around them, I'll tell them that as well. When I think we've been bad, I don't know what he wants to do. Do I lie? But if people knew me, who I am for the last 15 years, and players sign for me, knowing who I am, they know I tell the truth at all times. It's not trying to be clever or be the front man. I'll take the blame for it because I'll sign all the players. But the bottom line is, if they play bad, they say they play bad. What's the point of lying about it? If they play good, I have laughs with players. I do. We have, as you know, we have good time. We have sing songs. We do. I'm very close to players. Not one single big time player in my dressing room. Not one. I tell the truth at them at all times. I think we respect that. I do. When they're good, they're good. When they're bad, they're bad. And when I've got to have a rant, it saves anybody else doing it. So it comes back onto me. It's a we have always been. Because if I have a rant about the players. If I protect the players, all it'll be like, oh yeah, he's protecting them, he's useless, If I see it and I do it, it'll all come onto me. And that's when we plan for the last 15 years. I'm not as daft as I look, to be honest. I know exactly what I'm doing. So all the things will be, I'm not so sure about Dowse whatever, that'll come onto me because I'll wear my heart on my sleeve and the things that are onto me. In a certain way, you're protecting the players.
Yeah, I get all that completely. I think if there is any disquiet out there, it's not that you say we were awful, we weren't strong enough, we were weak. It's the fact that you're pretty specific about who you're.
I just thought a crap all round. I was honest, truthfully, and I thought all round were poor. So it's I come out of the dressing room and all that, and stuff, and I thought the back three were poor. I thought the midfield were awful. Just tell the truth how it is. No problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Let's have a complete change of subject. This is something I've had on my list every week for months and months.
Come on,
I never got round to it, but it's come up again this week. Gareth Southgate this week at the England training camp has had Owen Morgan, the England one-day cricket captain, in to talk to the players and be around, and he stayed overnight and had dinner with them and all that sort of stuff. Gareth Southgate has also been to watch rugby training and American football training and things. Have you ever done anything similar in terms of going to watch how people run other sports or coach other sports? I know you've been around different football managers, but have you ever been to other sports?
Gareth Southgate's done this.
Yes.
What's he won?
What's he won?
Alright.
Well, he hasn't won anything.
Oh,
Yet,
okay. Not make close that one, to be honest. You just got to do better at football. I look at all sports. I like all sports and all that, but you've got to find a solution to win games. Now, I mean, what the rugby lads are doing, the cricket lads are doing, and what to do here and all the rest of it, you've got to find a solution to win games in your football club. All this stuff, not for me to do it anyway. I feel if he had won something, I would ask Alex Ferguson what his philosophy was. I really would, and all that, and stuff like that. Even Klopp and all that, I'd go to him and say, what you doing at Liverpool to do that. We haven't won the World Cup in 50, 60 years. This academy stuff, what they brought in, the Blinken St George is what they brought in to be the best in the world and all that, We haven't laid a glove on teams in 50 years. We'll lose 3 games in the World Cup. We'll come back as heroes. Losing 3 games in the World Cup and come back as heroes. So unless somebody said to me, this academy and this stuff like that is better than your school about getting better players and improving your club. Okay, if a cricketer come here, I'll be very interested in what he does. I know some rugby lads and all very interested in what he does, but they're different breeds and think differently and all that, Yeah. So, the pressures are different and all that, and stuff like that. I've never really seen anybody at rugby getting hammered by the crowd a bit. I've never really seen anybody at cricket or tennis getting round about. It's a whole different thing. I'd rather pick the players out the best in football. That's what I do. What a day in the other stuff, I'm not that bothered. And unless Gareth Southgate to win something and stuff like that, in turn around and say, I've just won a World Cup or a Championship, this is the way to go, I'll take note. When I don't win things, I never take note as a manager who don't win things. I study Brian Clough, study him. I've read the books on Alex Ferguson, how he does things. I've been to Man United training ground, I've been to all them, because that's my trade. What's about why you would another sport? We haven't got a club with football, haven't got a club with cricket.
Fair enough. I just thought there might be something to learn about man management and fostering teams.
Different players. Imagine me how I talk to dressing, talking to cricketers. They're all flicking got parents or millionaires, man, things like that. But where these blinking yellow and thingy suits to go to blinking matches and all that, and stuff like that. The rugby lads, if I talk to them, they're 6'9", they'll probably knock me out. So it's a different ball game. So man management comes from within. Man management comes how you manage people in life. You mentioned with how I've had players. You'll be amazed at what I've done for players behind the camera. You're amazed at what I've done. I think something where I've driven to somebody's house and sat them for 2 hours. I've got them help at a counselling or whatever and things like that. It's how you manage them on and off the pitch. How I put myself up in front of the camera. I could be a lot different with a player behind it, to be honest. I just tell the truth at all times. some people do it differently. Have I learned off a lot of managers? Yes, you do. But I'm not buying clubs, so why pretend to be? I'm not Alex Fit. I've got to do things what I believe in and get a team. You can ask Ian and Martin, who are brilliant at the jobs. But I'm a very stubborn bloke. I'll do anything I want to do and all that, and I'll do it the way I do it. If it feels, it feels. But at least it'll be on my head. It'll not be on a cricketer's head or a tennis head. But I'm not really interested in what we do. But I would be very interested if I could go to Man United's training ground again, or well, not so much Man United these days. But you know, and go and watch how the best that may. Doing it, like, you know, and stuff like that, like, you know. It's like anything compare each other. It's like The Millionaire. I'll tell you about The Millionaire. You like this one about The Millionaire, dear, right? I think I've got a better lifestyle than The Millionaire. I really do. We come in these suits, right? We wear these briefcases, hats and all, like down to London, right? They can go to me and say, I've got £1 million in the bank. I'll say, hold on a minute, let's go and get me medals. I've had more time to get better times in life getting them medals than you ever getting that £1 million. I'll say to the lads about having a big house, small house. What I went through, winning the championships and the playing in front of 30,000 and we're blinking, you know, the games down here last season, the playoffs. I'll put that against somebody who's lying on Barbados Beach and who's a multi-millionaire. I'll put it against anybody, Richard Branson Law. I had a better time there than you have. So there's no difference. People say to me, Dowse, you're here at 7 o'clock at morning, sometimes even leave at 10 o'clock at night. You'd be dead in 2 years' time. Well, as long as I win a couple of things, I couldn't give a monkeys, to be honest. If I die, I die. I die something I love doing, don't I?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow, Barnet.
Yep.
First of all, I'm not aware of any possibility of the game being lost to rain. No one said.
Well, we're going to this game this afternoon on a 23 game. That's on. Barnet will be on good pitch, big club.
Yeah.
On a big club. Again, we're going against all these clubs who everybody thought would chance for top 2 and 3. Big club, big players. You know, we've got some players, Torbs, Heidi, Rossi, who went and hasn't worked out, so we'll want to try to prove a point, I think. You know, and Torbs have done great for us, like. And you know, like when I go back, the lads have done great to get where we are, and we need to help them. But if I see a sign of them just going through it, I change straight away. I do, and I'm very upfront about that. If I see a thing in a player saying to me, "Well, I thought I'd done alright there," could be free, no? Yeah, it will be alright. Once I see a weakness in a player, I know when a weakness comes. I want to be. I sign the lads to be stronger, and what we've got. I sign the players to be strong, and all. And I just sense a little bit of turn on whatever. So that's what I'll just. Okay, if that's the case, you might have to go and learn somewhere. I think Jack Skinner's going to Hampton, and Christie's going to Tunbridge. We'll get a couple of players who need to play at Continents. I feel as though the game at Westfield's come at the right time, so we'll get some players playing on Tuesday night against Westfield to actually, you know, get their form back. It's not a problem, but I'm just not one believer saying, "Oh, be alright next week." Be alright next week. If you don't change anything and you don't have plans A, B, C, or D, okay, you've got no chance. So people say plan A or B. We've done it A and B now. It's chance to go to C, D and try different things to make it get kicking again. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Legends Night coming up. It's going to be some different players.
Oh my word! So, Legends Night, Steve, Judy are working very hard on it, and I said I'll do anything I can to help. I'll ring the players. I got Smudge, Lloyd, he's organising walks and people like that. Yeah, Big Scotty steals the world and he's going through brilliant, right? You know, 29th of November. And I'm thinking 29th of November. Yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah, Friday night. Yeah, that's fine. It's sticking in mind, so I'm looking at the fixtures of what home now. I'm blinking 29th and all that, you know. Yeah, get on the website, 29th, we'll fill that place. We've got 6 tables done already, so, you know, it'll be filled. It's only £350 a table, 2-course meal. The legends will bring the medals and things like that. Ian Selly's coming along, who hopefully he'll tell a few stories about Arsenal. Yeah, brilliant, all that, you know, and stuff like that. So get on the website, I'm thinking, 29th, something. So I'm checking anything, got nothing on me diary, nothing on me piece of paper and all that, you know, and stuff like that, going on, you know. So I'm thinking, 29th and all that. So anyway, I get back in the house and my little daughter just goes, Dad, I think Mum's a bit upset, you know. I says, oh yeah, what's happening? Because we're doing things on the 29th as a family. I says, oh yeah, do you want to come to Legends? Do you want to come to Legends Night? It's the missus's birthday on the 29th. I'm like, yeah, anyway, I've actually booked you a table for Legends Night, my birthday. Whole family can come out and bring your mum and all that, you know, and stuff like that. So, you know, so well on Dowse, always arranged the dates, but you know, there you go. Took on me, David.
Brilliant.
Oh, good.
Untoppable. Last thing, you've mentioned that you're going to be here till quite late tonight. Yeah. There's a specific reason for that.
Mick Sullivan's coming to a radio show. I think Caddy's coming from, who's a good lad, come from Dulwich, and I think the Slough Town manager Baker, who's another good lad and doing a good job with unders there. They're coming as well. Listen, it's like anything else. It's like I always believe. Like, listen, sometimes you drag yourself out of bed in the morning, especially if they're getting tanked on a Tuesday night. And I knew how to do something Wednesday morning for a club. You have a bottle that you're doing. You can pretend that you're lying in bed, that you've got the whole world on your shoulders, or you fight against life. One, you can't defeat the gear, and you can't defeat life in general. Okay, if you give in, So every time I've had a spell like this in the football club, I feel so I should get my job better and I should work harder. It means everybody else works harder. So these things tonight, if I got down to this game now and dash back here, I do this radio thing. If I didn't want to do it and just say I'll cancel it, it lets him down for a start. Mick Sullivan, who I think's organising the room now in the boardroom, and it's not right. I've got to face people, good or bad or ugly, and I've always been willing to do that. If I'm going to get stick or I'm going to get a Dowse now shouts in another couple of months, I'll accept that. I've told you honestly as I possibly can today, once I think I can't progress the club, I'll walk anyway, so go a free hit with me, and I won't ask for any payoff.
Do you know what the programme's called?
Can you wait there 1 second?
Yeah, we'll pause it.
What the programme's about is a good friend of mine. Mick, can you just come here and can you just explain what it's on to all our supporters and what we're doing tonight?
Basically, it's called the New Non-League Banter Show, and basically it's about inviting full managers, and I've chosen the Conference League this time, and we talk about a couple of important subjects. And like tonight, we're talking about the standard of football. Does it really get any better as you go further up the pyramid? And the biggest, juiciest one, racism in football. And obviously the guest we got tonight is obviously Mr. Alan Dowson, and then we got Neil Baker from Slough Town. And then moving on, Jack Pearce, who's Vice President of the league and Vice Chairman of the FA, I hope you realise. Regis Town. So, you know, we've got someone that's going to have a good view from his perspective. And then you've also, last but not least, Junior Caddy, the Assistant Manager at Dulwich Hamlet. And touch wood, Hayden Bird, the Kingstonian manager, will be my co-guest presenter tonight. And obviously Alan knows him. And
what's Hayden got to do about conference football?
Pardon?
What's Hayden got to do about
conference
football?
Well, that's a very good point.
Hayden boy!
Please, believe you me, the standard football as we further go up is going to be interesting, because you know him, he loves a little sort of side-footing passing, and I think you look a little bit different.
Oh yeah, we'll love all that.
But yeah, it'd be good. Hopefully you can tune in. It's live from 7:45. If all you need to do is download Periscope or follow Mick Sullivan on Twitter, and then it'll be live, and you know anything can go and happen when it goes live.
You can ask me questions on the outside, can't you?
Yes, you can type in the bottom, and you can ask questions during the show, and our director, if he feels they're quite meaty, they come across and we'll ask them.
Right, live. Lovely.
Hopefully enjoy.
We'll enjoy that. It's funny about Jack Pearce, funny enough, like, you know, because I got sent off last season. I'll ring him up and saying, Jack, what you done now, love? He calls you love, didn't he? What you done now, love? He says, because he says, you never ring me up unless you've been sent off. I says, Jack, it's the second time I need some help, and he was brilliant. He helped us out a lot.
Top man, Jack. Thank you, Alan.
No problem. We'll crack on, mate. Yeah, good.
I can't get in the ballroom at the minute they're filming, so I'm hanging around.
Right, okay, so that's it. Look in tonight if you want. We'll always do the right things here. Please support one more. Get back to the support. We had a daggering one, or sing behind the goal and shouting at one and get behind one. Let's keep the club going, and we'll be fine.
And in fact, that's just reminded me, one last tiny thing. We had more supporters at Yeovil than Wrexham had here on Saturday.
Unbelievable. The support was unbelievable. But when I could see the emotional lads felt at the end, they went right over, and stuff like that. And it's like you say, we're doing a talking on the pitch at the minute, and we've got to do it more and all that, you know. So we realise that, but the fans have been unbelievable. Travel all that way down there and all that, you know. And you feel for them. I feel for them and all that. That's why I don't mind any stick. I don't mind any shouts at all. And on my thick skin, I take it home. Do I feel under pressure? No, I didn't feel it, because the life I've had there, I could write a book on it. I know I can do my job. I know I'm good at my job, and one day I'll get a club in the Football League.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Okay. Don't forget, everybody, to tune in later today to find out who Dowse's latest signing is.